unless you regard yourself as a hero. Wallahi, well, you know, we saw a guy who had a shop there, a juice shop, right next to Masjid Al-Aqsa. The Israelis had offered him up to, if I remember rightly, $17 million. $17 million for a juice shop, which is half the size. He refused to sell it. Man was on principle. Man regarded that property of the Ummah. And the Ummah is sleeping. Ummah don't understand 4 hours. And then Umar, La ilaha illallah, the only place Umar ever went in his 11 years of caliphate was there. Was Sham. Never went anywhere else in 11 years. Why? Because Umar wanted to die in Medina. Allahumma inni as'aluka shahadatan fi sabilik wa mawtan fi baladi rasulik. Oh Allah, I ask you for martyrdom in your path, but death in your city of your prophet. Hafsa says, I found it strange. You want martyrdom, then you go do jihad, but you want it in Medina. How Allah granted him this. So brothers, make an intention, everybody. Make a full, firm intention. Make somebody do tashkeel here. Make a firm intention you're going to go. Umar traveled all the way from Medina to Bayt al-Maqdis because he regarded it as important. Look at this. 60 people have died in the last few days. Numbers are going up. 3,000 wounded. 60 people. You imagine if 60 Israelis had died on the streets of Tel Aviv and the Palestinians had killed them. The world would have been up in arms. But we hear the media say stupid things like, 60 dead. 60 is not dead. When you die of natural causes. 60 killed, unarmed. And wallahi, listen to this. Listen to this Rasul in life. Never take lead from your rulers. Just because MBS, just because this Muslim leader, just because Sisi, just because this Muslim leader doesn't care about Palestine. This is history repeating itself. Leaders have never given a damn. This is history. History is my forte. Wallahi, I can tell you this is nothing new. What MBS is doing, what CC is doing, what the others are doing, this is what they have done for the last 1400 years. They've done far worse than this. And then they say, oh, he doesn't care. He's an Arab. He's a leader. Give a damn about them. Allah will ask you what you did. Allah will ask you about your concern for Masjid Al-AQSA. That's what Allah will ask you. Even, let me tell you, and I have the utmost respect for the ulama. I am a khadim of the ulama. But I say this clearly. Even if your ulama don't speak about Masjid Al-AQSA, it's still a fard upon you to speak about Masjid Al-AQSA and have a concern about Masjid Al-AQSA. I'll tell you why. Because the Prophet ﷺ spoke about it. You have no other belief. The Quran speaks, Allah speaks about it. It's a responsibility. Embed in your children the love for Masjid Al-AQSA. Embed this in your children. Because I swear, you know, every year I go to Spain. I take a group every single year. I go through the history of Spain. Everybody speaks about Muslims in Spain. Not how long Muslims were in all from 711 to 1614 when the Moriscos took about 903 years. In the time of Abdul Rahman and Nasir, it was the most powerful state in the world. Street lamps in Qurtuba came 700 years before they came to Paris and before they came to Paris and London. Most advanced place on the face of this world. The greatest scholars in Islamic history of that period come from that place. Finished. And you speak Muslims cry, and they should cry. But then something like Al-Aqsa is happening in front of your eyes and nothing is done. People change situations. People have a concern. They change. People make a movement. People contact their MP, not just for their front garden and for their daughter-in-laws and son-in-laws visas. They for pressure. Blatant injustice. The only apartheid state left on the face of this earth. And Muslims are quiet about it. No, we don't want to rattle the cage. Oh, we don't want things. I am not telling you to become. I'm not telling you to become, mavericks. But at least have a concern. At least do what the Prophet ﷺ said. Said oil to be burned in the land and do something little. Umar traveled. Umar radiallahu anhu, what's time? Do you have a clock? Okay. So what, 10 minutes? Yeah, what time? 9:04. Okay. So Umar radiallahu anhu now traveled, it's just him and his father. All the way. It's a very interesting journey. We don't have time to go through it. But Umar radiallahu anhu, he traveled all the way and he reaches a place called Jabiyah. When he reaches Jabiyah, Abu Ubaidah ibn Jarrah, Khalid bin Walid, Shurahbil ibn Hasna radiallahu anhu, they come to meet him. Now Khalid bin Walid and Shurahbil ibn Hasna got this beautiful new attire on. Yeah? And Abu Ubaidah is dressed simple. Umar picks up a stone and he throws it at him. He said, what's this new clothes that you are wearing? He said, by Allah, even after 200 years, if you began to wear clothes like this, I would still not spare you. And then Umar radiallahu anhu said to him, he said, take me to Jabiyah. He gave a speech at Jabiyah. And then they said to Umar, they said, Amir al-Mu'mineen, you've come all the way from Medina. You've got 17 patches on your clothes. These people live a pomp and lavish lifestyle. What we don't want to happen is that you've come all the way. You've come all the way from Medina, and these people see you and they see your clothes, and they don't give you the keys. So Amir al-Mu'mineen, just change for a little while. For a little while, change. So in some narrations it's mentioned that Umar radiallahu anhu went into the tent and he wore these new clothes. And he came out and he turned around and he said, Ya Aba Ubaidah, kunna qawma adillah, fa'azzana Allah bil-Islam. He said, Abu Ubaidah, do you remember? We the Arabs were nobodies. We were dhaleel. We were abased. Then Allah honored us through this deen of His deen. So where will we be if we forego the teachings of Islam? And the narration mentioned that Umar radiallahu anhu went back into the tent. He took off these new clothes and he wore his clothes which has 17 patches. But brothers, remember, history remembers Umar ibn Khattab. And history does not remember those pomp leaders, those who lived in luxury. Because only people are remembered are those who leave khayr behind them, who leave good behind them. 17 patches and you're the most powerful man on the face of this earth. Do you honestly, and I have nothing, listen, Allah give you more wealth, Allah give you more khayr, but let me tell you, wealth does not substitute good. Nobody, wallahi, will remember you for your car. Nobody will remember you for your house. But people will remember you for those who built this masjid, those who taught the kids, those who did khayr in the community. That's what people will remember you for. People will never remember you for the clothes that you wore, the house that you live, or the car that you drove. History remembers Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu. And then Umar radiallahu anhu, he went from there, from Jabiyah, he went to Jerusalem. And with him is his khadim. He has one camel and one donkey. And he's riding the camel, and now his khadim is time to ride the camel. So he says to the khadim says to him, Amir al-Mu'mineen, there are hundreds and thousands of people waiting to meet you. Hundreds and thousands. Guys, finish, your drinks are knocking my concentration out. I'm getting thirsty. The stuff will take 1 second, yeah? What they call, let me just finish the talk, please, yeah? Who was I? Sorry. Okay, so they're having turns in riding the donkey. So Umar is riding the camel and they have a donkey. So when they reach the outskirts of Jerusalem, there's many thousands of people waiting to see Amir al-Mu'mineen. So the Khalid says to Umar, he said, Amir al-Mu'mineen, there's thousands of people waiting to meet you. You ride the camel, I'll ride the donkey. And Umar said no. He said, honor is for those who fulfill their promises. You ride the camel, I ride the donkey. Umar went into Jerusalem on the donkey, but Umar remained Umar and the Khadim remained the Khadim. It doesn't matter what you ride or what you ride, wallahi is what the khayr that you leave behind you. And then Umar radiallahu anhu, and this is, when you go to Jerusalem, it's amazing. Why? Because the old city is kept like it was. The Babi Umar, where Umar radiallahu anhu entered, is still there. It's amazing. It's nothing like Makkah, Medina. History, comes to life. I have been speaking about Salahuddin, Nuruddin, Al-Aqsa for decades. But wallahi, I'm telling you, when I went there, and I went to Al-Aqsa, my love for the place went out of me. I've been giving so many talks on this place. When I gave the talk on Salahuddin in Al-Aqsa, it was different. The city is as though it was in the time of Salahuddin. It's kept as it was. It's just ajeeb. And this is why, brothers, don't miss the opportunity. Wallahi, 5 years from now, you will cry if they stop you from going there. They said to me, the tour operator said to me, he said, we've got 400 people coming. The only person that we're concerned about is you. That you might not get in. Me, and I think Anwar Bhai from Leicester, Anwar Bhai is about 60. Anwar Bhai went, they gave him straight away 1 minute. I went, they gave me my, alhamdulillah, they didn't even take my passport. In 1 minute, he stamped it. I didn't know, I stood by everybody else, and they said, Shaykh, you got your passport? He said, yeah. He said, then you got your visa? I said, no. I said, Assalamu alaikum. Alhamdulillah, wallahi. You know what? It's an opportunity, brothers. Do not miss, wallahi. And especially if you still got time, go in the last 10 days of Ramadan. It's an opportunity you cannot miss. So Umar radiallahu anhu draws a pact with the patriarch. So they draw this pact. Umar radiallahu anhu writes a pact. Very interesting pact. And then then the patriarch began to cry. So Umar radiallahu anhu says to the patriarch, what are you crying for? Look at the words of the patriarch. Umar said to him, sometimes we win, sometimes you win. Don't cry over it. The patriarch said, that's not why I'm crying, Umar. So I'm crying, but as long as the Muslims have a leader like you, they will never be defeated. So patriarch, so Farius, when he met Umar, he testified to that. So then Umar radiallahu anhu went into Masjid Aqsa, prayed 2 rakats in Masjid Aqsa. Umar prayed 2 rakats. He entered Masjid Aqsa, prayed 2 rakats. In the first, he prayed Surah Al-Sad, and in the second, he prayed Surah Al-Isra. And then he began to clear out the place. Now, I'm going to make this very, very brief. I'm going to finish very here. He cleared it out with his own hands. The Sahaba saw him. Why? Because see, the dome of the rock was the place where the Christians believed the Jews had crucified Isa alayhi salatu. So what they would do is that they would throw all their rubbish there. Even to the degree when the woman would finish her menses, she would send her children to throw the pads and the rags there. So Umar radiallahu anhu began to clear this. He cleared it up, and then it's salat time. Salat time. So Umar radiallahu anhu looks around and he sees Bilal. Bilal is there. So he says to Bilal, he said, Bilal, give the adhan. So Bilal radiallahu anhu says, Amir al-Mu'mineen, I can't give the adhan. After the demise of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, stopped giving the adhan. So Umar insists, he says, Bilal, give the adhan. Then Bilal stands up and he says, gives the adhan, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. The narrations mention the beards of the Sahaba, which were black when they embraced Islam and now had become grey. They all became drenched with tears. Why? Because it brought back the time of the Messenger of Allah. He said Umar cried so much, radiallahu anhu, that they had to